I'm Nick Palmer with PR Equipment here in Kearns, Texas, and now in Canton, Texas. So you can check these units out at either location. But today I wanted to talk about a unit that we talk about the SA series from Yanmar a lot. There's a lot of reasons for that I'll get into in a second, but this is the 325 Yanmar. You might have, if you've gone back in our channel, you've probably seen us talk about the 324, which is an almost identical tractor to what this is. You've seen us talk about the 424, 425, 223. We've talked about a lot of different tractors, but I wanted to kind of zoom out and do an overview of the 325 tractor again, and why, if you're shopping for a 25 horsepower tractor, your search is over. So this is the Yanmar 325. It's the middle model in the SA series. So with Yanmar, they've got the 223, 325, and 425. There's some pretty big differences between the 223 and the 325, but the 325 and 425 are pretty similar. But I kind of wanted to zoom out and just talk about what this tractor is. And there's a reason why I like this tractor so much. So I actually own one. I own a 324 to be clear, but that's more or less the same tractor to what this is, minus I don't have a couple features that this does. Big thing though, I love my 324. Got the big reasons that I love this tractor so much. It's kind of personal for me. I own a 324. More or less the same tractor minus a couple features, right? So mine's a little older, and I've had it for a while. So I've had it for, I don't know, 3-4 years now. It's got a few hundred hours on it. I use it for all sorts of things. I even feed round bales of hay with it. And a lot of people are like, there's no way you feed round bales, but I can prove it. I've got the videos. I have a handful of cows on 15 acres, and this is my only tractor. And so if you've got that 15 acres and less, you know, even some guys, 3, 5, 4 acres, whatever, this is a great tractor at a good price point. But let's hit some of the key features so that you know kind of what you're getting. So one thing, it is a 24.2 horsepower, I believe to be exact, tractor. It falls just under the 25 horsepower threshold, which allows us to run a very simple diesel engine. And if you've done any research in the tractor world, you'll know that Yanmar has a phenomenal name with small diesel engines. They've been building diesel engines now for like 100 and something years. It's the very first commercially viable diesel engine in this compact frame. And you just can't beat the reliability of the Yanmar diesel. It's second to none. And if you start asking and talking to people, you're not going to hear anything bad about the Yanmar diesel engine. And the cool thing is, the whole tractor here is built by Yanmar. So this isn't maybe I'm buying a Mahindra that's actually a rebranded TYM. That's actually this isn't I'm buying a New Holland that's actually an LS. This is a Yanmar tractor built by Yanmar. So there's a lot to like about that. But they match the transmission to their engine because they know a lot about that. And so they match it, they call it performance link technology, because when they match that, they try to get the most out of their engine, the most out of their transmission, because they work really well together. So I love the fact that this is a purely built Yanmar tractor. Beyond that, it's a simple engine. There's no electronics on this engine. It's just a 3-cylinder inline injection pump diesel engine. It's the simplest diesel engine that you can possibly get, which means reliability, which means simplicity, easy to work on. You can work on it yourself. There's just not a lot to it. A couple other things just to hit some keynotes. I love that they put the battery up front here. It's out of the way. It's not above anything. It's not hard to get to. It's really easy to get to. You can check your coolant right there. We do have a clean out screen for the radiator. All that's just really easy to get to. Air filters right there. They make these things pretty darn easy to service, and I really appreciate that. And also the one-piece hood that gets up and out of the way, to me, very handy. It's simple. It's easy. It just works. Moving forward, I want to talk a little bit about the loader. So it's the YL210 loader. With the YL210, we have 1,199 pounds of lift capacity. That's incredible for this size of tractor. And the smoothness with which the hydraulics work, second to none. We even have a self-leveling or a leveling rod, which a lot of times tractors in this series or in this size, they're trying to cut out little things to try to save money, but Yanmar doesn't do that here. They've really got the best of all the features kind of baked in here. But the leveling rod, and it's not a cheap chintzy one either, it's a very nice leveling rod. Obviously we got our bucket. You can change it out for pallet forks. It is a Yanmar quick attach. We stock pallet forks. We stock, there's a grapple. We've got a grapple sitting right over here. We've got grapples. We've got lots of different things that you can throw on it. They've even got a really cheap, I say cheap, comparatively speaking to some of the other kits, they have a very economical option for putting third function on there that's very clean. I love the install of it. Everything mounts right here. You put your hoses up there. My techs can get it done quickly. It makes it a lot more economical to put that hydraulic remote or the hydraulics up here to run what they call, a third function or a grapple, maybe a little auger. Probably not a ton of flow for an auger, but the grapple function is second to none. Haven't done it to my tractor yet, but it is on the list. Just got to get my wife to sign off on it. Moving on from there, it is four-wheel drive. All these tractors are going to be four-wheel drive, and you want that. Any of these small tractors, if you're looking at, and you'd be looking at a used one if you were looking at a two-wheel drive, I'd stay away from it. I guess I meant to mention also about the loader. It's a curve boom style loader. A lot of people, it's different from what the industry is currently running. Most all these are kind of straight and then down. I love the curve boom. I think it's much stronger because it is this solid tubing, that's oval tubing that runs down there. It's one piece. So I like that. But I also love the visibility that when you're setting here, this doesn't impede your visibility. So it's not like your loader frames are setting up over the hood, which you see that on a lot of other tractors. So it's also easy to take off. So you've got your pins here. Once you drop out the pin on each side and disconnect your hoses, you're good to go. Lots you can do with it there. Just hit your stands, this thing will take itself off. You can have loader off in just a couple minutes. A couple other things, side-by-side hydrostat pedals. So this is a nice feature, doesn't have to be had. There's a treadle pedal. Kubota really likes to use treadle pedal. We use it on a couple of our Massey products, but I really like the side-by-side pedal. I just feel like it's a little bit more premium. Integrated loader controls. So instead of maybe being up here mounted off the loader, which you're going to see on a lot more of the economy tractors, maybe your Bransons, maybe your Mahindras, things like that, we've got integrated loader controls. They're right here built into the side. I really like that. It does have a float position and a lockout for safety, so you can lock out the joystick. So a lot to like about that, but the location is what you love. It's just very ergonomic. It's easy to access. It fits right. We also have a true position hitch with an adjustable stop here so that you can repeat the position each and every time very, very easily. So I love that true position hitch. The seat, second to none. And I really do mean that. I think you should go out and look at some tractors, and I think you should come set in this one. Because I think when you compare it to any other 25 horsepower tractor in the business, I don't think this seat can be beat. And obviously the armrest comes standard. I honestly believe that this is the most comfortable operator station in the realm of 25 horsepower tractors. You got your throttle here. All your controls are color coded, so anything orange has to do with driving the tractor. If it's yellow, it's PTO. So everything is color coded just to make it easier. And you do have some suspension to the seat as well, but I just love the thick cushion. But very well laid out, very well thought out operator station, so I think it's really important. Let's walk around the other side. So on the other side, you're going to notice the gear selection switch for the range. You've got that right here. We talked about that being orange. Selectable four-wheel drive is right here. It's a nice heavy selectable four-wheel drive lever, so it's easy to get in and out. And differential lock. The differential lock is nice if you get caught up in any positions, get into some mud, anything like that. You've got that available right there. PTO is electronically engaged. You're also not going to see that on a lot of tractors in this category. There's going to be a lot that are going to be mechanically engaged. This is electronic over hydraulic, and I really like how that works. It also comes standard with a mid-mount PTO shaft. So what that means is we've got a PTO shaft sitting out the back, and we've got one underneath to make it easy to hook up any snow blowers, any brooms, any belly mowers. There's a lot you can do with the mid-mounted PTO shaft. A lot to like about that. Moving around to the back. So we've got our 3-point back here, but it also comes standard with a really heavy drawbar. That's nice if you're pulling any little trailers, any carts like that, anything like that. That is not a feature you find on all the 25 horsepower tractors these days, but Yanmar puts a nice heavy 3-point drawbar on there that I think you can really appreciate. Obviously our 3-point lift arms are built quite heavy, and it is a cast iron rear end. So we've got a lot of weight back here that you don't see on a lot of tractors in this range. But when we start talking about the 3-point lift, like I say, we can lift a lot more weight. Kind of looking back in here, one of the things I like to point out is how heavy these drive shafts are. So coming out of these trumpet housings, which the whole rear end is cast iron, but coming out of these trumpet housings, we've got these really thick, I think they're 2.5 inch drive shafts that go out to the axles that go out to each tire. I really like that. I think it's very heavy. I think it's very heavy duty. I like I say, you're not going to have trouble putting a lot of weight on here and supporting it. This is something I've never seen an axle fail on one of these tractors, and we've sold hundreds. So kind of just summarizing what you've got here, I believe this to be the best 25 horsepower tractor kind of in this market. Now there are some larger 25 horsepower tractors. The 1825E Massey Ferguson is a good example of that. It's a larger frame 25 horsepower tractor. So if you need the additional lift capacity, if you need some of those things, you need a little larger frame tractor, we've got you covered there too. But in this size, you know, it's kind of a step up from that really small subcompact tractor. It's kind of a step up from that, but in this size, I just do not think there's a better tractor out there that can compete with this in terms of lift capacity, in terms of you know, the reliability, in terms of the simplicity. You just can't be beat. Add that all to the fact that Yanmar offers a 10-year powertrain warranty standard. It's the best in the business by far. So they really stand behind all the drivetrain components of this tractor. Now, you've got a 2-year full warranty on the tractor, but you've got 8 more years of powertrain warranty. What I like about that is, so let's say you finance tractor for 7 years, you're still under warranty after you pay this thing off. To me, that's kind of a nice feature, that you're not going to have to worry about major mechanical failures, engines blowing up and stuff, for years after the thing is paid for. So I like that about that. So y'all, if y'all are looking for a 25 horsepower tractor, maybe for your small acreage, maybe you're feeding a few animals, post hole digger on the back, you know, belly mower, rear mounted mower. One of my personal favorite implements that I use at my house, I've got a lot of trees, and so I utilize a landscape rake, and that is really, really handy as well. Hopefully, I'll be adding a grapple to my tractor as well, because I've got a lot of tree limbs and stuff that would just make so much easier. So if y'all are looking for a tractor in this range, I think you need to check this tractor out. Go look at some other tractors, but check this tractor out. We've got good finance options. There's a lot to like about it, and the price point is very, very competitive on the 325 tractor. Or if you need a little bit more lift or ground clearance, let's look at the 425 with a little bit larger tire package and see how you like that. Y'all, I'm Nick Pomeroy with PR Equipment here in Currens, Texas. We're also now in Canton, Texas. We want to be your Massey Ferguson or Yanmar dealer. We want to sell you your next tractor, and not just that, but we want to stand behind it with the best service, second to none. So subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and come check these tractors out.